going on, Jerome's with free agency, or at least the bulk of free agency. Asante Samuel Jr. one time, as well as the NFL draft in the books. A lot of questions about the Vikings' current salary cap situation. But of course, the Vikings are in very good shape because so as of right now, the Vikings are sitting on $17.998 million in salary cap. Now, the Vikings haven't signed any of the draft picks, but we'll get to that here in a second. And there's a couple of other moving parts that we'll talk about. So basically, the Vikings are in pretty damn good cap shape. Now, you do need a couple million during the season for incidentals, as well as game day practice squad elevations, move up, move down, etc. But also, you can, of course, roll cap space over to the next season, and the Vikings will need that for 2026, like we'll talk about. But also, a couple things in here. Number one, Andrew Van Ginkel's extension could actually lower his $12.4 million cap hit, so it remains to be seen what the numbers will be there. Also, he already has void years built into his initial 2-year contract, so the Vikings could spread that out easy peasy if they want to go down that route. Also, it's important to note now that with the 90-man roster, only the top 51 salary cap hits are the ones that matter. So that's what totals up. So there will be displacement, and a lot of the UDFAs that are already signed are already below the top 51 threshold, so you don't have to worry about them. Also, the last cap hit currently in the top 51 is Nudie McLaughlin in year 2 at $963,000. So there's a pretty sizable displacement. So any player that adds to the top 51 is roughly taking a million off in offsetting of the cap hit. So it's really sort of minutia at this point, but and the rookies via the rookie wage scale, this estimate is from Spot Rack. Guesstimate is they're going to be just south of $7 million for a total cap hit, $6.98 million. But of course, with the top 51 displacements, and most of these guys will make it down there. I believe the top 3 picks, Jackson, Felton, and TID, will make it onto the top 51. Now, of course, if they make the 53, they'll be on the 53. But cross that bridge when we get there. But in terms of displacements, it would be only $3.621 million of cap space, which would bring the Vikings down to 14.4. Also, on top of that, Garrett Bradbury, who is a post-June 1st cut designation, I mean, technically his contract's still on the books, right? But post-June 1st allows the Vikings to spread cap hit from this year as well as in 2026. That will free up $5.25 million in cap space. So, 17.9 minus 3.61. 621 plus 5.25 brings the Vikings to a rough guesstimate of $19.627 million in cap space. Now, like we said, the Vikings could still add a player. The Vikings could. How come Rui doesn't miss the stupid jabroni with the mask? Anyways, but the Vikings could still make some moves here. Plus, as we said, the Andrew Van Ginkel extension certainly could reduce his $12.4 million cap hit. But what's important is for 2026. Now, a lot of people are freaking out about this. I ain't worried about it because ooh, we hit it twice. Twice as nice. But the Vikings on paper are $22.9 million over the cap. But a lot of it is, I think that the salary cap could skyrocket next year with Amazon and new NBC deals and new television deals, new streaming deals, and all that stuff. Ooh, got to get it twice. Twice is nice. Now, a lot of people are freaking out because the Vikings are guesstimated to be $22.9 million over the cap in 2026. But I actually expect the cap to skyrocket because of new streaming deals. Apple could get in there, Netflix, Peacock, NBC, etc. So I actually think that the cap's going to go up a lot higher than estimates for next year. Also, the Vikings, so you look at the top cap hits, Jefferson, O'Neal, Darisaw, Grenard, Jonathan Allen. There's a definite restructure candidates, as well as there's a couple of extension candidates in there. Looking at O'Neal, and you could also reduce cap hits that way. So basically, the Vikings will still have a lot of flexibility. Plus, you look in the top right corner, there's no dead cap, which is that's what keeps you in cap hell. And that's what happened with the Saints, where they have a lot of dead cap, notably on players that aren't there anymore. So you're sort of stuck. But the Vikings have been in very good cap shape, even when they've been up against it, because no third. But also, you can roll over in 2025 and say the Vikings hang on to looking at like $15 million in cap space to roll that over. That certainly will help for 2026. So no muss, no fuss, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And I trust Brzezinski to do really good things, and we'll go from there. But your thoughts are thoughts. Current guesstimates of the Vikings cap space after the NFL draft, roughly around 19.6. We'll take it. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.